was a disappointing night at Suncorp Stadium on Friday night for the Brisbane Broncos, who went down to the Penrith Panthers, and unfortunately it was a lacklustre display from the Broncos as well.
Yeah, well, I think everybody thought after the couple of losses there, after the South win, that they would
the bounce back.
Would start their role, but they were very disappointing.
Very flat.
Yeah, the forwards, like, they've got a good forward pack, but they were dominated by probably the inexperience and probably no-named Penrith pack, who just seemed to bust through them. So
It was a standout performance from Trent Merrin, though, in the forwards. He posted up about 200-plus metres for the game, so huge performance by him. But with most of the stocks back in the side, you would have expected Brisbane to be able to defend. Yeah,
well, obviously Merrin, he was probably the standout forward of the whole weekend. His stats were phenomenal. But that's Brisbane with Corey Parker and Matt and all them in there.
All the Origin stars.
Yeah, that's
at home in front of 40,000 people. Yep.
That's a win keeps them up near the top four. I think that loss could really hurt them towards the end of the year. So,
and obviously 2 1-week suspensions coming out of that as well, with Sam Thaiday and Josh Maguire they'll be missing this week from the Roosters clash.
Yeah, well, obviously another lifting tackle by Sam there. He's got to get that out of his game, and obviously Josh Maguire. It's probably a dumb act there, and they're the type of cheap shots that Wayne Bennett players don't normally do. So, and he's done a couple this year, and obviously he's going to sit on the sideline and have a week for it. So.
Was it a bit of a sign of the frustration from the playing group, still not being able to hit their straps after the Origin period?
Well, obviously, if you're not performing on the field there, that's it. You do get a bit frustrated when you're putting the effort in and you're not getting the results, and the tries are not coming, and all that. There, you seem, but you just can't give penalties away this time of the year and in the NRL, because it marches the team down the field quite easily. So.
How important do you think the Roosters game this week is? Obviously, the Roosters only 3 wins from the whole season. If they can't win here, I think they'd have to be starting to look at the bottom half of the top 8.
Well, the Roosters are probably much the same as the Broncos. You look through their team; they're a star-studded team. I know earlier on in the year they had a lot of injuries and all that, and Mitchell Pearce thing there, but Mitchell Pearce is back now. Obviously, Wira Hargraves is out this week, but you've got the Aiden Guerras, the Boyd Cordners, the Blake Fergusons, Mitch Orbison. They've got players in every position that are quality players.
They've been the team that's really surprised, really underachieved for me this season. As you said, most of the pack being pretty much exactly the same as previous years, where they've enjoyed so much success. And one player that's come in is Latrell Mitchell, who's been one of the standouts for the whole competition. So what's going wrong there?
Well, obviously he's a young fella that obviously wanted to build into the season, but obviously without him, I think they might have really struggled. He scored some brilliant tries. He's playing some good football, but he was hoping for the experienced players to give him a bit of a hand. I think he's done a lot of it by himself this year. So.
He'll be better for it in seasons to come, though.
Yeah, well, that's right. They've signed Michael Gordon for next year, so the Roosters. So obviously they hope that he gives them a hand. So,
with the Broncos run home now, where they face the Roosters twice, the Bulldogs once, the Dragons once, and then Melbourne Storm and Cronulla Sharks once each as well. How do you see their run home going?
Well, obviously the first couple that you said, they'll be hoping for wins against all them, the Melbourne Storm and the Cronulla Sharks. They're the 2 games that could come down to whether they make the 4. So
the Sharks' run's got to end sometime, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. They keep saying that.
Yep.
But they just keep winning games and doing it in a great fashion. So, so that's all you can do is win on the scoreboard, and that's what they're doing. So.
With Cronulla in such fine form, Melbourne hitting their straps as well, the Cowboys always in the mix, and the Raiders being the surprise packet of the competition at the moment. Do you see the Broncos still making the grand final?
Well, if on the form at the moment, no. But Brisbane are a team, like we said earlier, they're a star-studded team. If they do hit their straps, like the beginning of the year, if Hunt and Milford can find that magic from the beginning of the year, they'll be back a force again. So Matt Gillette returns this week for them too. So so he's he's a dangerous ball runner for them.
Well, with Gillette back this week, we've got Kahu, Thaiday and Maguire all back in the team next week. So my prediction is if we can see a win down in Sydney at Allianz Stadium this weekend, I think the Broncos will be back to full strength and hopefully hitting their straps in time for the finals. I'm hoping. I've got my fingers crossed. I don't have as much confidence as I'd like to have at this point in the year, unfortunately, but I'm a die-hard Broncos fan, so I'm going to stick with them and say that they're going to be there in semi-finals time, if not.
Well, good
final.
luck to you.
Thank you. Good luck for the Parramatta Eels to jump in there at some point as well. They're still
well, we come up here too, so hopefully we don't ruin your finals chance.
Well, we'll definitely be at Suncorp Stadium for that match, but let's see how we go. And this week, do or die match for the Broncos against the Sydney Roosters.